So today's topic is packaging sequences. When you're working in a project file that has a lot going on, like the Saudi Arabia one that we've been working on, there's tons of different sequences. We have a sequence for every single day of the project. We also have a sequence of just the selects. Now, let's say we have a future project where we want to back and take just the selects from the Saudi Arabia project because we don't want everything, right? There's like 4 terabytes of footage within this project. We just want just the selects, but we don't want to move the whole project file into the new project file, which is something you can do. You can import a Premiere Pro project file, just drag it into a new Premiere Pro project file and drag it into the import window, and it will bring all of the elements. It'll import all the elements from that project file into this new project file. And the reason that that could be a major issue is because you're bringing all the unnecessary stuff, all the stuff that you don't necessarily need into this new project file, and it's going to really clutter things up. So my sequence within this Saudi Arabia project file of selects could be 100 gigs. It's just the best shots, everything's cut down, trimmed, whereas the whole project file contains 4 terabytes of footage. So a major game changer for me when editing my year videos, for example, was learning to package sequences. So before Hey Tim, what I would always do was drag in the full project file and do that tedious process, and it would cram the Premiere project file so much because there's so much going on in there that it would just lag and it would have so many issues. So when I was working on Hey Tim, I was like, I gotta find a solution, a workaround for this, and I did, and that's packaging sequences. So what I did was go throughout the entire year of all the different projects that I worked on and made a new sequence within those project files called Hey Tim. And within that sequence, I put all the clips from each project file into the Hey Tim sequence within that project file, all the clips that I thought were worthy of the video. And what I would do is package that sequence from each project and put it into one folder with all the packaged sequences from all the different projects throughout the years. This was a huge step for me because it allowed me to have all the dopest stuff from the year in one place without all the garbage, all the unnecessary things, and just made my life a lot easier. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys this technique. It's very simple, very straightforward, something that I wish I knew earlier on. So I'm excited for you guys to learn this. I'm personally amazed by how many editors I come across that don't actually know how to do this, and yet it's one of the most vital steps to creating the more complex projects that I do. So let's jump into Premiere and I'm going to show you guys how this is done. All right, so we have the project file open. Let's go into the sequences folder and open up all selects. And in here we have all of our favorite selects. So let's pretend I'm working on a new My Year video and I just want to pull my favorite clips. So let's make a new sequence, Command N. So we're gonna create the new sequence, a UHD 4K sequence, and let's call this My Year 2020 selects. And then we'll put Saudi in brackets. So this is as though we were hypothetically creating My Year 2020, and we just want all the bangers from this project to bring into the new My Year 2020 project. So we'll drag this sequence down here so that we can see both the sequences, we can see the all selects, and we can see the My Year 2020 selects down here. So now what we'll do is bring in all the selects from the all select sequence. Now the absolute bangers within this sequence are the ones that are 1 track up. That's one technique we learned earlier to separate the bangers from all the other clips. Now within this one, they're all bangers, but these ones on the upper track are only the absolute bangers. So let's Command C and Command V it into the new sequence. Now as you can see, we have a bunch of gaps here, and let's use the technique we learned before to delete all the gaps. Now remember, we can always obviously just select the gaps and click delete, but there's no way to select multiple gaps. So what we're gonna do is the technique we learned before. If you have watched all the videos, you should know how to do this, but you're gonna select all the clips and Alt up so that they leave indent within the adjustment layer, Alt down so that they're back out of there. And now all we have to do is ripple delete the adjustment layer to delete all the gaps within the clips. So my ripple delete shortcut is D, and just like that, all the clips are together. Okay, cool. So let's also say we want to bring in the grade as well. So let's just unlock the adjustment layer, throw it over there on top, and Command D to cut it there, and we'll just delete the end. So now we have this one sequence with all our favorite clips from this project that we want to bring into the My Year sequence. So now that we have all of these collected, let's go to File, Project Manager, and this is where we can package sequences. Now you can actually select at the top here any of the sequences that you want to package. In this case, we only want one, the My Year 2020 selects. We're in the Project Manager window. Now let's go through all of these different settings. As you can see up here, we have all the different sequences within the project that we can select to package. In this case, we only want to package this one sequence. So we have it selected here. Resulting project, collect files and copy to new location. That's the method that I always use. Or you can consolidate and transcode. I don't use that, so we're not going to tamper with that, but just make sure it's on collect files and copy to new location. Select the place that you want to export this sequence to. So in this case, if we have, a new file here that's My Year 2020, and we click choose. So that My Year 2020 folder would be where all of the different sequences from all the various projects we're looking for are gonna be in, and I'll show you guys what the folder looks like once it's exported or once it's packaged, so to say. So the section on the right here, it shows some more options. So exclude unused clips. Yes, that should definitely be selected because you don't want to be including clips that you have not used within your sequence. Include audio conform files, include preview files, rename media files to match clip names. That's typically all that I have selected. I can't even select anything else, but you can deselect some things. I recommend to just leave those selected. And then down here at the bottom, this is really cool. I love this about Premiere Pro. We can click calculate, and it's basically going to analyze that one sequence, analyze all the clips within it, and it's going to calculate the size of the packaged folder that's going to be coming out of it. So let's see what it's going to tell us here. It shows that the resulting project size is going to be 12.93 gigabytes, which is very small. Now keep in mind, all the clips within this sequence, they're trimmed, but within the folder that all the elements of this sequence will be packaged in, it's going to have the full length clip. So just like how you have the ability to still expand and trim clips within this sequence, you will have that same ability later on. Just because a clip is trimmed within this sequence here does not mean that you are limited to that length of trimming in the new packaged file. So let's click OK. And it requires Adobe to save the project file. We'll click yes. And now we're just going to wait for it to package the sequence. So this might take a bit, especially if you're working with very big files, simply because it is duplicating all of those files into a new folder. So, however fast your computer can duplicate a file, that's how long it's going to take. So let's go into that drive. We got My Year 2020, and it created a folder in here. So what's been created is a folder that has your clips as well as the project file for that specific sequence within it. Now, when I was working on Hey Tim, I basically created a folder like this for every single project from the year, and they were all in one place. And then all I had to do was just drag the sequence, the project file for the sequence, into the project file, and along with it, it brought all the clips and everything. What's going on, guys? So I just wanted to let you know that I realized as I'm editing this video that actually the B-raw clips that were in that sequence that I was packaging were actually not exported into that individual folder. So this is important for Blackmagic users to know.
Premiere still hasn't updated their program to allow you to package B-raw clips. Now, I didn't experience any issues when editing Hey Tim because I didn't shoot Blackmagic up until that point. But now that I do, if I need to package a sequence that has Blackmagic clips in it, I will run into issues. I'm really hoping that Adobe comes out with a solution for this, but until then, we're going to run into issues trying to package sequences that have Blackmagic footage in them.
All right, so that is basically how to package a sequence. It's a very, very crucial step for collaborative editing when you're editing with other people, and just really important in order to stay organized and, on top of all of your selects from all your various project files. So hope you guys learned a lot in this lesson and you start implementing this technique into your workflow. I'll catch you guys in the next video.